you doing?
Good.
Great,
How
how
are
are you?
you?
Pretty good. Gotta, yep, gotta get a little bit closer there so I can see both of you.
There
Awesome,
we
that's
go.
perfect. Well, appreciate you guys being on here. I'll start telling people a little bit what my goal is, what I'm trying to do, and then I'll have you guys introduce yourselves. So, about 3 weeks ago, I started doing these live videos with local businesses here in Southwest Florida. I have a big following on Instagram. I have over 80,000 people there. And I was thinking of different ways that I can help here my local community. And the way that I thought of it was, to open up to do these videos and open up for local businesses to showcase their businesses, their products, their services, and hopefully get, people into their stores and buying their products, obviously, to try to help, them survive a little bit of this crisis that we're facing, right? So I've been doing this. It's been very well received. There's a lot of the businesses that are coming back and say that that people saw the videos here. They're going to their stores, and so it's been really great. And I decided to continue this, even though we're opened up a little bit. Right now, I'm booked up all this week, all of next week already too. So I'll keep doing it and trying to help out as much as I can. So that's what I'm doing. And then normally on the weekends I have some kind of treat for people that have watched me all week. I try to have someone from the entertainment business, a singer, an athlete, or something to kind of talk about it as well. So with that in mind, what I wanted to do is have you guys introduce yourselves a little bit first about yourselves, and then we'll get into the business.
All right.
Okay,
Sounds
good.
great. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Ken Adams. I'm the technically the owner of Oh Wow Candles LLC. This is my daughter Rachel, recent MBA graduate from FGCU as of yesterday. So,
Oh, congrats!
but yeah, started dabbling in candles about a year and a half just to try and get my wife to stop paying the expensive prices at the big box stores, and it turned into something positive, and so put together a small business plan, and about January we started to we kicked it off, and then we were about to roll out in February to farmers markets, and then COVID came through and said, no, you're not going to do that. So we had to regroup a little bit. But this is my daughter, Rachel.
Yep. So I'm Rachel. I'm his daughter. I pretty much run all of the marketing, anything social media related. You're probably corresponding with me. All the social medias. I also try to help gear the sales and some sales promotions. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about those later on, what we have going on right now. Some strategic planning we're also doing in the future. So that's kind of my role. I work full-time, just graduated with an MBA. So this is his retirement plan, trying to see how far we can take it, see if it's sustainable.
Awesome. Yeah, so I mean, you kind of alluded to a little bit on the reason behind opening the business, but if you kind of elaborate on that a little bit, and how did you get to that step, right? Because it's a big step from trying to prevent your wife from buying expensive candles from making them. So if you can kind of elaborate on that story a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually walking through the dollar store one day on my lunch hour, and I noticed some candles there and some cheap perfumes and supplies basically. And I said, just a light bulb went on and said, I can try to make this scented candle. And I bought it all for like $5. Came home and it was a total disaster. Wax was everywhere. The candle the wick didn't burn. The alcohol in the perfume actually went up in flames. So I said I had to go online and do some research and find out how to actually do this. And it just led, more Google research and different kinds of waxes and the size of the wicks and how the jar volume actually interacts with the oils and the fragrance and how it all comes to smell so nice, either when it's not burning or when it is burning.
Awesome, yeah, and I was on your website earlier today, and the type of wax that you're currently using, obviously it's not the dollar wax, right? I don't want people
Right.
to think that you go to the dollar store to make these candles, but it's a special kind of wax that you're doing that is produced here in the U.S. and obviously you're hand making them as well. So if you can kind of walk what you don't have to give your secret, but what is the detail, the details behind actually the current candles that you make it right now?
Yeah, so it's a combination. Obviously, there's a jar. We don't do any candles that are like freestanding or pillar type candles because the soy wax it melts pretty quickly. It's a low temperature, so it has to be in a jar to contain it from running all over your countertop or wherever it's sitting. But yeah, it comes in from American farmers basically. It's soybean flakes that somehow I don't know how they do it, but they turn it into these little white wax, look like cornflakes almost, and comes in a big box that you basically, based on the amount of volume in your jar, you measure out how much you need. It melts down into a liquid form. You have to get it to a certain temperature before you pour it in the oil, because if it gets too hot, it'll burn off. If it gets too cold, it won't bind with the wax. But yeah, then you get it to those temperatures, you put your wick in the jar, pour it in slowly and let it cure to that nice uniform top on the end, so it's nice and smooth.
Some of the benefits too for soy wax is because it's natural and from the farmers. The big difference between our waxes, and you can look up, soy waxes are becoming very popular nowadays, is they don't have the same chemicals that paraffin wax, which is what your bigger box retailers use to make, because it can contain scent more, but it's also releasing carcinogens in the air, and it's not good to be smelling throughout your house or even be sitting next to, because a lot of people like to have a glass of wine and light a candle, or take a bath and light a candle, and if you're within a distance to that, you're essentially inhaling carcinogenic chemicals with these great smelling candles. But with the soy wax, the whole purpose is we're giving you that great smell with our fragrance oils that's not having the chemicals that are involved with some of those retailer ones.
Very cool. Very nice. And then, the other question I had for you guys is, obviously with the scent, I mean, there's a lot of scents out there, and how do you determine which ones that you want to use into your candles, and and how often do you try to change them or incorporate new ones, if you will?
That's a great question. We actually have one right behind us burning. It's one of our, we call it a sample candle. When we're evaluating a new fragrance, we'll get it in, we'll make sure it burns properly, it melts, melts uniformly, and of course has the nice smell. So there are literally hundreds of different fragrances that you can purchase through wholesale suppliers. The challenge is determining what the market's going to accept. What you may like may not be suitable to somebody else. So you kind of have to do some focus group testing, with friends and family, kind of get their opinion, and then kind of weigh out the pros and cons of each one. But like I said, this one is my daughter's favorite scent right now. So we're seeing how that goes, and we're hoping that fragrance with her, what would you call it? Network of friends would like to go with that one as well. But we're also looking at like Japanese. We have Japanese cherry blossom, raspberry jam in a mason jar for like Memorial Day and July 4th. So kind of theme-based fragrances depending on the season.
Awesome, yeah. And I was going to ask that. I mean, do you have a particular one that sells more than the others, and do you try to also incorporate seasonal ones too? Obviously, when Christmas comes around, there's a lot of those. Do you try to incorporate something, or do you plan on incorporating some as the seasons, the different holidays come around as well?
Sure. You want to take that one?
Yeah. So essentially, our goal right now, we have 16 fragrances for sale on our website. And we just really want to expand that list. We want to figure out what everyone's liking, what they're not liking. One of the big sellers right off the bat was our sea salt and orchid fragrance. That one's been really popular. It's very sweet and floral. So a lot of my girlfriends who have bought it have repurchased it. That's been one of the more popular ones. And then another one has been honeysuckle jasmine. And one of the great things about our website that I've really taken very importantly was making sure that you know, it's a website. We don't have a physical store people can go to right now. So it's like, how can you buy something that you're not smelling? So on our fragrances tab, we have a list of all of our fragrances. We have them segregated in sections based off of suggestions for like home style fragrances, ones that maybe, you know, are more masculine flavored for that kind of liking. And then a little bit more of the stronger perfumey or feminine style fragrances. We have those suggestions laid out for you. And then we also have pictures of each of the ones and little descriptions that incorporate the formulas and the different combinations that are in each of the oils that go into the candle. So that way it helps at least try to break down what you're choosing from. And a lot of people have looked at that honeysuckle and jasmine recipe, if you will, and they really liked what's in there. We also have a Karma fragrance that has patchouli, and that's a very popular essential oil amongst the essential oil lovers of the world. And so that's kind of how we base it off of that. And then with the seasons, we were just talking, what was it, yesterday? We got to start looking at Christmas scents and fall scents, because we got to get the ones, we got to test them, and then we got to figure out which ones we think are going to sell best. And then we got to get the website ready and make sure that they're available. So it's just kind of funny. It's been very entertaining to see how far in advance we have to figure out when we got to when we have to narrow down the list and get them on the site and ready for order, because we don't want to miss those opportunities.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, and obviously, you talk about the fall, you talk about Christmas. That's you know, that's when you see more of the, you know, the fragrances that are geared towards those particular holidays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
The other question that I had for you guys, well, first of all, I wanted to see, do you have any candles right there that you can kind of show us what the product looks like as well? Obviously, people can go on your website, but if you have something, you can hold it up and give us a little bit of what the product looks like.
Sure. This is what we call our 8-ounce straight-sided jar. That's about it. It's 8 ounces. It burns about 20 to 30 hours total. We don't recommend burning it longer than 4 hours for any of our candles, and that's just so that the wax. What you'll see is it creates about a 1/4 inch of liquid wax on the top of the candle, and then as you blow the candle out, that'll re-solidify, and you can continue using that. But if you let it burn all day, because the wax melts so quickly, the whole thing will turn to liquid, and then it takes longer to recool, and then you can have issues with the wick and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, basically it's 4 hours at a time. This is our 10-ounce apothecary jar. It's a lot like the ones you see in the store, but 10 ounces, a little smaller than the typical size. And then our largest jar right now is our 16-ounce apothecary with a glass lid as well. They have these silicone seals around there to help keep the fragrance in, just like the big box stores. And then the one we're looking to kind of market next is this 12-ounce mason jar. We kind of think that'll kind of go well, you know, with the July 4th, Memorial Day, Flag Day type seasonal aspect, you know, summer type things, iced tea and cold drinks sort of thing.
Yep.
And then you want to talk about the melts?
Yeah. The other thing too, our 10-ounce one, I know he mentioned the 8-ounce is about 20 to 30 hours. The 10-ounce is about 40 hours. We tried to make it all variable based on the pricing as well. And then our large one is about 60 hours of burn time you can hope to expect. So it's pretty incremental based on the prices and what you're getting for the wax. And then one of the biggest things that we try to market, and one of our newer products, are what we call Oh Wow fragrance flights. So they're these little 1-ounce wax melts in these plastic jars, and you just order them, pop them out into a wax melt machine or wax melter or any kind of warmer that you have. They sell a gazillion. They even have, we just bought some like the plugins that are actual warmers as well. So instead of getting the refills from like Airwick or Glade, we put these on top and then it melts them just like that. We offer these in quantities of 4, 8, or 12. So if you don't really know what candle you want to try, but you have kind of like a narrowed down list from our fragrances, you can get 4, 8, or 12 and then just try them out. And they're these little melts, and then that'll help you hopefully decide on what candles you want to invest in. And then we also offer the traditional 6-ounce wax melt tray. Here's our Japanese cherry blossom label. This is 1/2 ounce compared to 1 ounce, but you get 6, so it's 3 ounces worth of fragrance as opposed to 1.
Awesome. So that's kind of like a sample for you know, to see if you like the candle, and then obviously you can order the bigger one depending on whatever you want. And you can mix and match those when you order the.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can get 4 different ones, 8 different ones, just to decide which one you want.
Yeah, and on when you're checking out or before you're adding it to the cart, it'll prompt you which ones would you like to try, and we incorporated on each flight page a list of our fragrances, so you don't have to go back and forth between pages and figure out which ones you want. They're all right there in order, so it hopefully makes your buying experience nice and easy.
Awesome. I wanted to go back to a comment that you guys made a little bit earlier. So obviously, you mentioned that the soy wax is, made in the U.S. So it's obviously a U.S. product, and you're making them here in Southwest Florida, right? You're making them in Southwest Florida, so it's a 100% American product essentially that you're making. You're making them here, which is, a lot of people these days are looking for that, right? Because they want to also, just like I'm trying to help the local economy here, people want to help the overall American economy too. So that's great. And you alluded to the idea of selling them at a farmer's market around here, Southwest Florida. Is the plan to eventually be, and I know you go in your store and you can ship them anywhere in the U.S., but is the plan to eventually be able to have a location where people go in and can have them in the future?
Yeah, that'd be the holy grail for us. We would love to get a storefront someday, and have a little a shop where we can have everything right there, even produce them there. But right now, it's a mom and pop, mom and daughter, or dad and daughter shop, and we're literally making them in our kitchen. We can ship directly from our house. The U.S. Postal Service with 2- and 3-day priority mail picks up right from our house, so we don't have to go out and drop them off at any post office. They come to us. They also deliver the boxes to us, so we don't have to go out and purchase them anywhere. But yeah, and then of course we do hope to get back into the farmer market circuit when things open up again. We literally had bought all of our equipment, the tent, the tables, the cloths, everything, and then they said everything shut down. So it's all sitting in a closet waiting to go.
The other thing too that we're working on trying to do is offer bulk and wholesale buying for smaller retailers that maybe want to market our candles. We actually had a couple inquiries from different spas that kind of wanted to try us out. We have a day at the spa fragrance, and that's kind of what started the inquiry. Hey, what's your spa fragrance smell like? And we're like, here you go, give it a try. And so if we can make our presence in those ways as well to help us grow, to be able to have a singular retail location, that would be awesome as well.
Yeah, I mean, and here in Southwest Florida, at least in the Naples area, you have a lot of spas and a lot of opportunities with that as well, right? So,
yeah, right.
And the other question I wanted to get to you guys, and you cover a little bit in what you said, just now with going to the farmers market and having all that equipment, but with the current situation that we're facing with the COVID-19, with you starting earlier this year, and you hit right at the beginning of your company's life. Let's put it that way. How much has that affected you guys? I mean, obviously from a selling standpoint, you can't have it on farmers market, but have you been okay doing online business? How much has overall affected you guys?
Well, it started out kind of slow. I think it always would be, just trying to get your name out there and get recognized. But with Rachel's help and support, she's the social media guru. I'm totally lost with what she's doing there, but
it's how I found you, Felipe.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so she's been able to actually help us grow month over month so far, which is really great. It's encouraging to see our shipments are becoming more and more at the front door, so that's helping. Of course, we want it to keep going that way, but it's all with help from supporters like yourself to help us get the word out. And like we said, we're shipping from our front door every day, so the more the merrier, so to speak.
It's a good sign when the Postal Service lady asks if you want a box to help carry out all the boxes you're bringing to her. So we take that for what it's worth.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I wanted to ask you guys too, in regards to price ranges for the candles, and also any promotions that you may have right now. We have a very important holiday coming up with Mother's Day this weekend. So this is a great Mother's Day gift, right? So you guys can elaborate a little bit on the price range You showed the different sizes. Maybe just tell us what it ranged from, and then any sales or any promotions that you currently have.
Yeah. So I'm just going to reintroduce these again. Our 8-ounce jar normally will retail online for $10. We are currently offering for Mother's Day, and actually it was for graduation weekend as well, a buy two, get one free. That's the biggest sale we've run so far. If you subscribe to our website, you'll get an automatic introductory 10% off. The Mother's Day has proven to be more beneficial with applying the code, but we also obviously encourage you to use 10% off on another order. The Mother's Day sale ends on Sunday, and then with I'm going to continue this. The 10-ounce candle usually retails for $11.99, and then our large candle, the 16-ounce, retails for $19.99. However, with that Mother's Day sale, when you buy 2 candles and you get that one free, it actually brings down the price of each candle to $6, $8, and $13 each. So that's pretty competitive with your big box retailers, as well as some of the smaller stores where you would maybe favor getting some cheaper candles with maybe not as strong fragrances. You're getting some inexpensive candles with hopefully pretty strong fragrances. And then we also offer the buy two get one is for all products, so including our fragrance flights, our wax melt trays. It's going to apply to the cheapest product in your cart. So we've seen a lot of our customers, buying in bulks of 3 of the same style candle or the same style flight. So that way they take advantage of the sale to their best benefit. And then at all times, we offer free shipping on all orders $35 or more. And so that hopefully helps as well.
Awesome. And you normally said that the shipments go from 2 to 3 days. Is that right?
Yeah.
So any dads out there looking to buy a Mother's Day gift, they should probably do it by the latest tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday, at the latest. We've had a shipment out to Montana that took 3 days. So obviously it takes a while to get from here to there. But within Florida, you can probably get it within 2 days. But the sooner you get it in, the sooner we can get it out the door and make sure it's there at least for the weekend.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we're coming to the half-hour market here, but I wanted to ask you guys, people looking to buy the candles, how can they contact you? Obviously, what's your website? How do you respond to messages, questions, inquiries that people might have?
Yeah, our website is www.owowcandles.com, and within there's an email contact page, info.owowcandles@gmail.com, as well as my cell phone number if you want to get a hold of me directly and get that order placed right away. But yeah, it's all right there on our website.
Yeah, we're on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, everything. Any social media channel will bring you straight to our website as well. All of our promotions are across all platforms, so if you're looking for us, it shouldn't be too hard to find. Oh Wow Candles. We try to make it simple.
Awesome. Yeah, and so this video today, obviously, it's going to be on my Instagram live for 24 hours, but I'll also record it tonight, and I'll put it on my Facebook page. And when I put it in there, I'll tag you guys, obviously, but I also put the website there so that anyone that is interested in buying the candles, they can go there. And like I said, the promotions are good till Sunday, right? You said good till Sundays. Any local spas? I am talking to a spa on Wednesday, so that'll be really interesting. Any local spas can contact you guys, try to get more information as well. Anyone in the States looking to get the candles delivered, free shipping over $35, promotion going on right now, buy 2 get 1 free. You have samples for sale. You have a lot of things going on. If you're looking to get it before Mother's Day, probably order tomorrow, Wednesday, the latest, right? And owowcandle.com is the website where you can get all that information. And I hope to, I go to some local farmers market here in Naples at least, and I hope to see you guys, once everything returns to normal in one of those. And I don't know if I'll wait to buy my candles till then, but probably go online and buy it before that. But it would be very nice to meet you guys in person too in one of these farmer markets pretty soon.
Yeah, that'd be great. Look forward to it.
So awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys again showcasing a little bit of your business and telling us, a little bit of Oh Wow Candles, and thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
so much. We appreciate it.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
All right,
you.